So what is up, amigos? Hope you're doing awesome. My name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. There are trailers that do not just release, they arrive like an event. The trailer of Kantara Chapter 1 is one such moment. From the day this project was announced, it was clear it would not be a sequel, but a prequel, taking us back into the origins of the legend that shook audiences in 2022. So the excitement here is not about what comes next, but about where did it all begin. With expectations sky high, the question now is whether this trailer sparks the same raw energy while showing us something deeper. So it begins with the haunting image of a young Shiva and the mystery of his father's disappearance during a Bhutakola ritual. That wound drives the story backwards into time. It is not about continuing the journey we saw earlier, but about filling in the missing pages of history. This personal angle sets the stage for a story that promises to be older, larger, and more mythic in scale. Now, at its core, the conflict again lies between the simple tribal folk tied to the forest and the descendants of royalty who believe power is their birthright. Now, unlike the earlier film where we saw the dispute in modern times, this prequel seems ready to explore the moment of origin, the land once gifted by a king, the greed that promised his successors, and the rituals that became the tool of justice for those left powerless. Here, the Bhutakola tradition returns not as a spectacle but as a force that keeps balance between arrogance and truth. Now, the trailer also teases the forest deities Panjurli and Guliga, who are central to this universe. Now, their mythologies, one born out of compassion, the other born out of fury, show the dual sides of protection in folklore. For audiences unfamiliar with these traditions, this is not just world building but cultural storytelling rarely seen in Indian cinema. It shows how faith and fear coexist and how rituals are tied to survival and identity. Visually, the trailer leans on authenticity. The sets, the makeup, and the costumes look organic. The lighting feels earthy and the landscapes breathe with life. Shots like Rishab Shetty emerging from a cave with those glowing eyes and a trishul carry a primal intensity. Once again, he looks completely consumed by his role, ready to embody both man and myth in the same frame. But beyond the trailer itself, there is also the matter of marketing that I really want to talk about here. And here, I'm only echoing what so many cinephiles have been saying, both online and in my own circles. The makers have chosen to release this trailer barely 10 days before the film's arrival, relying almost entirely on the afterglow of Kantara's success from 3 years ago and the strong appeal of Rishab Shetty. While that confidence is understandable, a film of this budget usually demands a more aggressive strategy. A glimpse of Rishab, a short teaser of Gulshan, a song reveal, or a character introduction of Rukmini could have kept the buzz alive. The music too, at least from what we hear, is not giving the strong vibe that many expected. And this is something again I'm echoing from both public chatter and my own reaction. And also with no major platforms like the Kapil Sharma show, which just ended the season, to lean on this time for marketing. The film now needs an extremely aggressive final push in the final few days left. Whether this short window can generate the kind of impact such a film deserves remains to be seen. Now, there are also some creative concerns. Gulshan Devaiah's presence, while intriguing, does not appear fully menacing. He is a brilliant actor, often underutilized in mainstream Bollywood, and I hope this film gives him the space to show his full range. With a much larger budget, the risk is that the team may chase spectacle and lose the grounded magic that made Kantara special. Even the background score here, as I said, feels less immediately impactful compared to the earlier film. Though it may gain strength in the full film, we will have to wait and see. There's also a glimpse of a love story. While romance can enrich a narrative, the worry is whether too much focus on it might shift attention away from the folklore and rituals that define this universe. And with the current buzz around Rukmini Vasanth, there's a risk people are worried about that the film might lean too heavily on glamour instead of the traditions that make it unique. The first Kantara was remembered not for a perfect screenplay, but for how the rituals in its second half turned the experience into something unforgettable on the big screen. If this prequel taps into that history with the same intensity, it could surpass the original in depth. So, keeping it short, in the end, Kantara Chapter 1's trailer may be explosive in a loud, showy way, but I truly hope it tells a story that is heavier, older, and more rooted. And maybe that is the point, to not reveal all the cards right away, to pull us into history rather than dazzle us with spectacle only once we enter the theaters. If Rishab Shetty holds on to authenticity while using the bigger scale wisely, this film could expand the Kantara universe in in ways more meaningful than just another blockbuster sequel. Hope and caution work together here, and that balance makes the wait for October 2nd even more intense. That's it from me today. Thank you for watching. If you liked the content, please do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such content. You take care, stay awesome, and bye-bye.